What's up? Rick Polton, not Ryan Inman, not Brewster. He's so cool. JP motherfucking Cross in the house.
I was gonna say your intro lied. It said starring Rick, Ryan, and Brewster. I was like,
no
Ryan and Brewster here.
We ain't got any of that shit tonight. Right on. Well, thank you for coming in to pinch hit for those guys at the last possible second.
I made Rick. This is my fault because when he called or he texted me like an hour ago to come on this show.
Not even
an hour ago. He goes, "Hey, look, I got an issue. My co-host can't be here. We're doing trick or treat. Can you do trick or treat?" And I was like, I cannot, because I have not watched Trick or Treat in like 15 years, and I didn't want to bullshit my way through a review on a movie that I haven't seen in 15 years. So
we appreciate that. So what we decided to do was do 1986 as a whole, because that's the year Trick or Treat came out. That way I'll still be able to talk about that a little bit. And when I looked at the list of 1986 movies, there were some very JP movies on the list.
Yeah, so there's a lot of my favorites on here.
Yes. All right. What's up? What's up, Josh and Megan? Megan is the first comment tonight, breaking Josh's streak. He's been the first comment for like ever.
Megan's always the first comment on the Sin and Nerds podcast.
Right on. And don't worry, we're going to get JP out of here in time to go over to the live on Sin and Nerds at 8 o'clock. They will be covering Fantastic Four tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, Fantastic Four tonight. And while I'm on here, I'm going to go ahead and plug a little bit because I have a new shirt maker. And I just added a new shop onto the SinandNerdsPodcast.com. It's a local, so it's not like a big corporate thing like we were doing before. It's a local person that I've known for years. She's making us shirts, hoodies, koozies, mugs, a bunch of random stuff. So if you're interested in picking up some Sin and Nerds merchandise, you can go to SinandNerdsPodcast.com/shop.
Right on. Hell yeah, man. I'm going to get something from there for sure. I like those little keychains you got with too. Those are cool.
They're nice.
Make keychains for you?
Yeah. She actually sent me samples. She sent me a shirt, keychains, and one of the koozies, and yeah, they look great.
I'm gonna have to get with her and find out how much to get like a bunch of those keychains for giveaways.
Oh yeah,
It has like a gimmick to take you to the website on it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can give you her contact. You can call her direct. Talk to her.
Right on. Yeah, definitely. Going to be ordering my stuff later this week. Megan says, "Awesome, appreciate that." Yeah, or he appreciates that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate it too. I appreciate you supporting people like JP. So tonight we are going to do 1986, the year in horror. And I did like some on the fly research, like it really quick. And so in 1986, some things that happened, some things that took place in 1986. In 1986, on January 24th, Voyager 2 made contact with Uranus. That happened. Zigzag, what's up, brother? We got a little curveball, switching it up a little bit. We're gonna do 1986 as a whole tonight rather than just Trick or Treat because JP is filling in for the guys on the fly. Also in 1986, the Challenger blew up.
I remember that. I was in my classroom. I was one of those classroom kids.
I was too. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that like it was yesterday. Like, yeah, it was a thing. I remember Jim Cornette used that in a promo and got some heat from TNT. He said that I guess he threw a fireball at Ronnie Garvin like right before that, and he said that Ronnie Garvin went up like the Challenger. He got a lot of problems for that. Yeah, no false metal. We're definitely going to still be talking about Trick or Treat because it is a 1986 movie, so that will come up. Also in 1986, the U.S. outlawed genocide. Before that, it was perfectly legal to genocide some motherfuckers.
I think we should bring that one back.
We should bring that back. We should repeal the ban on genocide. In June of 1986, the Mindbender roller coaster killed 3 people. And I bring that up because Ryan can't be here because he's trapped at Cedar Point right now on his way home, but he also has a toothache. So if he was going to make it, it was going to be late, and he was going to not be able to talk too well. But he's up there riding roller coasters, so I figured I'd bring up the roller coaster killing people. So we got that going on. In 1986, the first 3D printer was made.
That's odd. I wouldn't have thought that was that early.
Me neither. But that might be like, you know, the internet actually came out in like the fucking 70s, but we didn't get it until the late 80s, 90s.
I thought it was like the 50s or 60s when that
could have been. I just know it was a lot earlier than what we had really thought it was. But we as a society didn't see it until like the 80s. And even then it was super mad limited. I think Zigzag brought it up on his show that they had when he was in school, they were playing Oregon Trail and had the modem, and we had the same thing going on in our thing with the real floppy disk, the 3.5-inch disk that was actually floppy, not the little thing. And the Apple IIe, we had a bunch of those. The Apple IIe.
I had a Commodore.
Yeah, the Commodore. In school or in real life?
In real life.
Oh, wow. You were one of them privileged kids. I asked for a computer every year. It was like, you don't got to give me nothing else for Christmas, nothing else for my birthday. Just give me this computer.
I was a spoiled kid. And I remember playing, like, one of my first computer games I ever played was the original King's Quest.
Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah. Well, other than Oregon Trail. I think Oregon Trail was probably everybody's, but.
Yeah. Let's see. Megan says she was only 3 years old in 86. I was 7.
I was 7.
Yeah. We're old. And then Josh says you should be loyal to your heroes. Obviously, a Trick or Treat reference. What else we got going on? Let's see. First 3D printer. A band called Sweet Children was formed. Any idea who they ended up being?
No idea.
Green Day.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. Then we had brought into the world in 1986. We had Amanda Bynes, who looks like a straight. I don't know what the fuck.
That poor girl. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, her and the Drake and Josh guy. One of the Drakes or Joshes was born that year, and they both went through. He was the one that really went through it with those Disney Channel things, just like her. Amber Heard was born that year. Before she was pooping in Johnny Depp's bed. Charlotte Flair was born that year.
Who is Charlotte Flair? I don't know that one.
That's Ric Flair's daughter.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, that's right. Yeah, gotcha.
Ashley Fleur, because his real name is Fleur. She's a North Carolinian.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she goes by Charlotte, because Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where she was from. Robert Pattinson from Batman, or
the Batman.
Twilight, if you prefer.
I did not like that Batman.
You didn't like it? I liked it, but I thought, dude, that was a long motherfucker.
I watched it in theaters. I was okay. Rewatched it when it hit digital, and I was like, I can't.
It was just too long, dude. For me, it was just too long. But I liked parts of it. I liked some things of it. I loved how they kept playing the "Something in the Wave" from Nirvana. I really liked that. Especially in the trailer. That was really cool. Speaking of Nirvana and things like that, you guys are going to be covering a Nirvana song on your new set. I tried to get the teasers so we can play it.
Our new single that comes out
August 15th.
Thank you. August 15th
is that the Heart-Shaped Box? Is Heart-Shaped Box August 15th? That's the next one? Okay, awesome.
Heart-Shaped Box, yeah. Is our new single. It comes out in August 15th. It's a remarkable cover. I remember Waylon was going to go track the vocals on everything, and I told him, I said, don't fuck Heart-Shaped Box up.
Well, I assure you, from what I've heard of it, he absolutely did not fuck it up.
I will tell you, he was still in the studio, and he sent me the demo of it, and I think he waited for me to call, because Waylon knows that I've always been this massive Nirvana fan.
Yeah.
And so when I told him, I said, don't fuck it up, it wasn't like for everybody else. It was because I was going to be mad if he fucked it up.
Oh, absolutely.
And so he sent me the demo of it, and I can't remember if I called him or if he gave me just long enough to kind of check it out, and he called me. It was one or the other, and I was like, man, I said, I'm gonna tell you right now, you did good.
He fucking nailed. I'm like I
I was
said, I
like,
haven't heard the whole thing. You heard the
I
whole
was
thing.
like, dude, it's fucking incredible. He knocked it out of the park. He fucking knocked it out of the park.
I've got the album pre-ordered on iTunes, ready to go, so that'll show up the day it comes out on the 15th, and I can't wait. And I'm sure after Cine Nerds that day, because they usually drop on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
After Cine Nerds, there'll probably be a live thing on the AKC channel.
Mm-hmm. They always usually the video drops at 9. So.
So Tiki says, "Damn, we're old," and then he says he don't care. Twilight is good as fuck.
Hey, you know what? I was excited to see him play Batman, and I was one of the guys defending him. Like, man, I can actually see him doing this part. But once I watched the movie, I was just like, I didn't like. But I love the Riddler in it. Riddler was.
Oh
great.
yeah, me too. Me too. See, Megan says she liked Robert Pattinson as Batman compared to Ben Affleck. I like Ben Affleck's Batman.
I'm a Batfleck fan.
Yeah, in my opinion, that dude lived Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. It was an easy role for him. That's the life he lived in real life anyway. And yeah, I thought it was pretty sweet. So we also had Ryan Coogler was born that year, director of Sinners. Megan Fox. Seth Rollins from wrestling. The Olsen twins were born in 1986. Yeah. And then we had a couple deaths. I only found 3 deaths that were worth mentioning. I got James Cagney, Desi Arnaz, and Scatman Crothers from The Shining, and many other things, but that's what we would know him from. The Batman takes so damn long to get going. You ain't lying, brother.
Yeah. It's painful. It's painful.
Yeah, I was out of town working in Minnesota when that came out. I just said that like somebody from Minnesota. I was up there working, and I went to the Mall of America because it was right across the street from my hotel and watched it there. And see, it's like an hour earlier there anyway, you know. So like, if I went to see it at 9, it was like 9 or 10 o'clock their time, which is 11 the time I'm used to, you know. So. Oh, it was just late as hell, and then the 3-hour movie, and it was brutal, dude. It was brutal, absolutely brutal.
I'm going to go tomorrow and watch Naked Gun.
Oh yeah, looks sweet. It looks sweet. I went to the movies like 4 times this week. I think I seen was it this week or no? It was last week. I seen The Home, but it came out this week. The Home, in my opinion, might be film of the year horror wise. It is fucking amazing.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Dude, it's so good. Like, this is what kind of I thought would be closer to what Jenny Penn really was. And Jenny Penn was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. I just, from the trailer, expected more supernatural shit going on. I didn't expect it to be what it was. But what it was fantastic, and that'll be in my top 5 100% for films of the year. But this was more like what I thought this would be. And you know, you got Pete Davidson in a horror movie, so you're like, you know, this could either be really good or really bad, you know, who knows, you know. And it was interesting, man, and it was a lot of gore, a lot of crazy gore. It's really good, highly recommended. And then I also seen The House on Eden. This movie,
that one.
Don't see it unless you're really into found footage movies, which I'm not. I'll be fair, I'm not. That movie sucked, dude. That movie sucked.
Had you seen that where I posted about that movie Hunter x Hunter?
No, I didn't see it.
So this is a movie that came out like, I can't remember. I think it was like 2020, 2019, 2020. It's called Hunter x Hunter. It stars Devon Sawa.
Okay, and Devon Sawa from Child's Play.
Yeah. No, he wasn't in Child's. Or you're Chucky. Yeah, he was in Chucky. The series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chucky, not Child's Play.
Yeah, I'd read an article here in recent months, and it was an interview that was talking to Mike Flanagan, and Mike Flanagan was talking about how this is one of the coolest films he'd seen, and one of the cooler indie films he's seen in years.
See, Jared Crank, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Red Crank. he absolutely loves Flanagan, so
Yeah.
he's that sounds like something up his alley.
Well, so since I read this article about Mike Flanagan praising this movie so much, I just bought it. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna buy this."
So it's on digital now.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's been out for a while. I had never heard of it, never seen it, so I blindly bought it and watched it off of a Mike Flanagan recommendation. And the movie is okay. I'm just gonna throw that out there. The movie's pretty slow. It's a very indie film. It's kind of slow,
Slow burn.
but god damn, that ending is one of the most satisfying endings I've ever seen in any film. Like it is, the ending is fucking fantastic.
Right on. I have to check that out. Let's see. We got Josh says he just seen Together yesterday. That's one I did not get to. They did a early release of that last week on a Wednesday, but I had some other stuff going on. Oh, I had Pantera going on. That's why I didn't go.
Yeah, that's where we were together.
Pantera. So was he a Pantera Together? I'll take Pantera. And Ziggy said Together is decent, far from the scariest film of the year. I didn't think it would be. But the House on Eden, that's right now second place for the worst film of the year behind the werewolf movie, the Wolfman. Wolfman is the worst movie of the year. And then House on Eden is second place. But to be fair, it's a couple guys that do YouTube videos. They don't really have a ton of money. They made the movie that you think it is. It's just a movie that I don't like, if that makes any sense. Because it's like Blair Witch, sort of. They tried to be Blair Witch. And if you like that kind of shit, you'll probably like it. Like it's not really flawed. It just wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
Just not something I like. And then what else did I see? I seen Ick. Ick was a good movie. I want
to see Ick. I didn't realize it was out.
It came out 3 days and that's it.
Yeah, that's right. It was a short run. I was Brandon Routh. Yeah. No, I was super excited. I flaked on that one because I wanted. He was good in it,
and it had his well, not really love interest, but his love interest when he was in high school was the girl from American Pie that was dating Chris Pine. Was it Chris Pine in American Pie? Something or other. One of those Chris's.
It's not Chris Pine, but it's I can't think of his name. It's something similar to that though.
Right, the guy that was the lacrosse player.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend was like the genius girl. Mm-hmm. But she's in it.
I was super psyched about Ick. Like I wanted to go see. I flaked completely. Forgot.
I think it's a JP movie, man. It's pretty cool.
No, it looked like it was straight up like Slither meets like The Faculty or something.
It's not. I don't think that's what it is. To me, what it reminded me of was a remake of The Blob. A remake of The Blob, which is a fantastic movie. It's got like a lot of comedic elements, and it's just a fun movie, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would probably go see it again if they didn't have it only in there for 3 days. There's so many movies that have longer releases that just suck.
Hopefully it'll come up on digital to buy pretty quick.
I imagine real soon.
I'll buy it immediately.
Yeah, buy it because it's really good. I promise you'll like it. I will be shocked if you watch this movie and say you didn't like it.
No, I saw the trailer and I was like, this is my kind of movie. Like,
yeah, and they're all just so stupid, and it's got like this it's got this commentary of like all the dumb shit we did after COVID. And the Ick is representing COVID, and it's got like woke elements, but it's kind of mostly making fun of it. Making fun of like there's a guy that talking about cultural appropriation and how bad it is, and like, he's just a douche, and like so they're kind of making fun of that kind of stuff. I just really think you'll love it. Megan said that was a quick run for a movie. I wanted to see it as well. Yeah, I just 3 days. That was it. Mm-hmm. And on the last day, I was looking for something to watch. I was like, oh, yeah, let me hurry up and get up there.
It was crazy. I didn't hear anything about that movie until they ran the trailer before Superman.
Oh, really? I seen it then, and I seen it before. But I go to literally every horror movie that's out.
Yeah.
Brewster went to see Bambi. He said that was pretty cool. I didn't get to that.
Yeah, I wanted to see that one, too.
Too. Oh, man. And then Together this weekend, I'm going to try to get some time to see it because the Death Curse Society guys are going to review that on Monday. And I like to know what they're talking about when they're talking about it. So I'm going to try to get up there sometime in the next few days to see that. But anywho, what we came for, well, not what we came for, but what we pivoted to, 1986 movies. And we'll start with you. We're going to do like 5, 6, whatever we feel like.
Let's just do a top 5. And I've got, like I told you before we start, I got like a top 12. So we'll do it. Let's do top 5, and then we can do some honorable mentions. We have time.
All right. Okay. So I'm super familiar with like 5 to 6 of these. A couple of them, I've seen all of them. A couple of them I haven't seen them forever, but we're just gonna freestyle this and just go with it. But yeah, go ahead. What would be your number 5 movie from 1986? And guys, feel free to put your lists in the comments or what you think of these movies or any 1986 movies that you like. And Trick or Treat will definitely come up. So if you came to hear about that, you will.
I got number 5 on my list is Critters. Because why not? Fucking Crikes, for Christ's sake.
Critters. I haven't seen that movie since 1986, bro.
Dude, I own every Critters movie on digital, DVD, Blu-ray. Dude, I fucking love the Critters movies. And Critters in Space is one of my favorites.
I am very fond of all the horror movies in space. It's one of my favorite Hellraiser movies. By the way, when we did the Hellraiser ranking, Hellraiser in Space ended up being 3rd. I didn't put the whole list out, but our group rating, Megan helped us with the rankings. We had her, Ryan Newhouse, Ryan Inman, myself, and Hellraiser. The first one wasn't number 1. It came in number 2. Number 1 was the second movie, and number 2 was the first movie. And number 3 was Hellraiser in Space, because why not? Anytime a horror movie goes to space, most people shit on it. I love it, man.
I do too. Yeah. And so, I mean, the original Critters is great. I mean, not to mention, you got Dee Wallace as the mom.
I just seen her over the weekend. She was up in Motor City Nightmares looking fabulous.
I've met her, and she's an absolute sweetheart. I've actually got, if y'all know she had them, but the prints of the Crite eating E.T. I've got that print signed by her, and I don't know if you can see it, but right here is actually
now I can.
Yeah, a signed print from Dee from the Frighteners.
Right on. No, yeah, I hi real quick because I was going for the part 5 guys. I didn't have a ton of money, and any extra money I spent or I had went to that awesome They Live gumball machine I got. Let's see. BK says, great seeing you guys. He was up there. We went and played poker at the greenhouse with these guys. They took our money. That's what happened. But it's all good. Hope the greenhouse was nice to you. It was definitely cool. So we get there. We go to the greenhouse to play poker, right? And I got Ricky with me because, I'm going to a horror convention. I got to bring him. He's, we just turned 11 years old, I think, today. Today's his birthday. I think he's 11. Maybe he's 11. Who knows? Somebody in the comments might correct me. So we're in there, and somebody goes to hit a vape, and he's like, is this cool around him? It's like, well, yeah, he sees it all the time. So I was like, he's been around it, no big deal. Next thing you know, dude, by the time this poker game's going, man, I swear to God, if I don't smoke, but I would fail a drug test tomorrow, man. It was fucking everywhere. So Ricky's just sitting there in the middle of this cloud of smoke. He's like, you'll live, kid. You'll live. But yeah, we had a great time. BK cooked up some food for us. So we had some Asian tacos. We had meatball subs. Everything was fucking fantastic. We lost. Zigzag's brother ended up winning all the money, so which is crazy because he had a situation where his heart stopped and he died like a week or 2 ago. Oh, he's all good. He's better now. He had to have some kind of emergency surgery and shit. So we all lost to a zombie, if you really think about it, because he's undead brought back to life. So I don't know what that says, but it was a good time, man. I can't wait to do it again. And the hospitality was fantastic up there in Detroit. Man, next time if you're not on tour when this thing happens, maybe you can roll up with us.
Yeah.
All right. So what? Oh, you did your number 5. Oh, Critters, wasn't that the first movie that Leonardo DiCaprio was in?
Well, he wasn't in the first one, but
he was in the franchise 3.
Part 3.
Okay, yeah. See, I know a little something about something. All right. So let's see. I just got a list of all these movies, and I didn't put them in any kind of order. I just went 1986 horror movies, because again, I wanted to make sure Trick or Treat was still involved. And I was like, oh, I've seen most of these, so we'll go with this. So I will go with, at number 5, I will go with Manhunter, the original Red Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a horror movie?
I mean, it's a thriller. I mean,
you know, with these Silence of the Lambs and their sequels,
yeah.
it's real weird.
Manhunter's good. I still prefer Red Dragon. I know
I do too.
But Manhunter's not bad.
No, yeah, because I was a big fan of Silence of the Lambs, and I don't think there had been any sequels at that point. And somebody was like, "Oh, you got to see Red Dragon. It's like the start of the story." And a friend of mine brought it, and we watched it, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good. It was very Silence of the Lambs-esque. I mean, it was just like a little bit of a different story, but it kind of fit the bill.
Yeah, and I mean, I like Ralph Fiennes and as the Red Dragon more so than the guy from RoboCop.
Was that who was in Red Dragon? See, I didn't know who he was then, so that's why I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Ralph Fiennes that played him, and
is it Ralph? See, I've heard people say Rafe Fiennes.
I've always said Ralph Fiennes, but maybe I don't know.
See,
but the guy that played him in Manhunter is like the main villain guy from RoboCop 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I liked it. I had to pick up. Somebody has to be 5. That's number 5. So what do you got for 4?
Number 4, and you're gonna hate me for putting this at number 4 and not higher up because this is probably going to be one of your number 1s. My number 4 is Zombie Jason, Friday 13th Part 6.
Now that made my list of zombie movies when we did those together for Cine Nerds, because it is a zombie movie. Absolutely, it's a zombie movie. It's a retelling of Frankenstein. It's fucking great. Yeah. It's Rob's for number 1. He's got number 2, Maximum Overdrive. No, it's great. I don't know where. I mean, it's not going to be on my list now because you already said it, but it wasn't going to be number 1.
Really, I figured it would have been like your top. But yeah, no, Zombie Jason. I love that film. I love Tom Matthews in that film. I liked where they went with the Tommy Jarvis.
We completed the Tommy Jarvis trilogy there.
Yeah, I like the Tommy the continuation with Tommy Jarvis. You know, that was the most commercial, I think, of all the Friday the 13th. It's one I always remember being advertised as a kid the most because it was on MTV. You had we talked about this on the Cine Nerds podcast. It had the Alice Cooper theme song. You know, that video was being played on MTV with the man behind the mask. So that film always just resonates in my head, you know.
When I seen Alice Cooper open for Zombie recently, they did that song and they had the Jason's coming on stage and cutting people's heads off and shit. If you've never seen Alice Cooper, man, get out to see that dude.
He's wild. He's wild live.
He's so fun. He's still good. He sounds good. Maybe it's a backing track. Maybe I don't know, but I really thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I'm so glad I went. I only went because my sister wanted to see Rob Zombie, you know.
Alice Cooper's a treat. I haven't seen him in years, but Alice Cooper is always a treat to see live.
Yeah. Ironically, speaking of Zombie, he was we didn't even notice it until the end of Cooper's set, but he came out into the crowd and we had really good seats. Me and my sister. Well, we had okay seats, and then we stole good seats, better seats. And Rob Zombie was chilling like maybe 4 people down from us watching Cooper's set. And he's going on next, so he's in full gear. He's just like. We didn't notice him until he walked past us to go back to backstage. But yeah, it was cool, definitely. All right,
number 4.
Number 4, but real quick, let's hit some of these comments we got here. I used to own Manhunter on VHS, but sadly it gets lost during one of my moves. That'll happen, and it definitely sucks. Josh has a top 5 list. He's got Maximum Overdrive, TCM 2, Night of the Creeps, Friday 6, and he's got Trick or Treat at number 1, which we will get to. And Ziggy says, ignoring the big ones, 6 from Beyond, Truth or Dare, A Critical Madness, Demons 2, Witchboard, The Hitcher, and The Fly at number 1.
And some of those made my honorable mentions.
I figured 1 or 2 of those would be really high on your list, but okay. So we're at number 4, and for number 4, I am going to go with Witchboard. Witchboard is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen it a bazillion times. I've seen all the sequels that go with it. I don't remember the sequels, so I need to find the sequels to rewatch them. But it's absolutely beautiful movie, directed by Kevin Teeney, who did Night of the Demons.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new Witchboard coming out. And one of my trips to the theater this last week, don't remember which one, they had a trailer for it. And this movie was actually made a few years ago, and it's just been kind of in, I don't know if it's coming out, why isn't it out, this hell kind of thing, right?
Kind of like Toxie.
Yeah, kind of like Toxie, which is also coming out this year. And oh my God, man, the trailer for this movie makes me just so upset. I don't want to see it. I'm going to see it. There's not even a fucking Ouija board in the movie, dude.
Really?
There's no Ouija board. How are we going to have Witchboard without a Ouija board? I'm thinking that maybe Mattel has the rights to a Ouija board.
Oh, yeah. One of the toy companies owns the rights to the Ouija board.
And that's why it can't be in the movie. Because in the movie, they have a witch board, which is this circular thing that you talk to witches through and shit.
Is it like Parker Brothers or somebody? I think that actually
Parker Brothers is the one that has the copy or the trademark. But I mean, dude, cut them a check and put them thing. They'll sell games. You'll sell this. Everybody wins. When that movie comes out, when we do a review of that, you're gonna want to tune in because I am sure I am going to obliterate that movie. And it upsets me because it was one of my favorite movies growing up. It's one of my favorite movies that I watched a bunch of times, like in the 90s. This girl that was dating, this girl that was my sister's friend, that was at least 5 or 6 years older than me, right? I was 12 or 13 years old, and me and her watched all these Witchboard movies, and she ended up being one of the first people to show me a thing or two back in the day. She was like 21. I was like 13. It was marvelous fucking thing, dude. So that is another reason why the Witchboard movies have a special place in my heart, and another reason why I didn't really pay attention to the later ones because I was busy doing other things. So I had to rewatch those. But the first one, I've seen a million times and I absolutely love it.
All right. My number 3. Okay, you got some more comments?
I got Megan says she doesn't have a list, but Witchboard would be number 1. Loved it. It's amazing.
I love Witchboard, but not my number 1. My number 3. Let's see if you have any of you guys have this one because you just reviewed Hellraiser movies. So my number 3 is my favorite Clive Barker film, Rawhead Rex.
Rawhead Rex is Clive Barker?
Clive Barker, buddy.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I also didn't know it came out in 1986 because it wasn't on the list I looked at.
Yeah, it's on the list, and it was at 1986. And man, Rawhead Rex. If you've never seen Rawhead Rex, dude, it's like the ultimate fucking not the ultimate, but it's a fucking amazing creature feature, kind of like Pumpkinhead. You know, it's a sick film, man.
It's beautiful,
and it's very Clive Barker with the whole anti-Christianity and everything. You know, if you're a fan of fucking Hellraiser, then go back and watch Rawhead Rex.
Okay. Marisha says, no Bina, only Zool. She must not be supposed to be here. She must be sneaking in. She must be working. That's funny. Oh, alrighty then. So what are we at? Number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3. See, oh man, I got to put that higher. You're going to talk about that one. I hope you talk about this one because I don't know much about it, but I do want to talk about it. What I do know about it. We will go with Fred Decker's Night of the Creeps in this slot. Night of the Creeps. Let's see. I seen that when it came out, and then I didn't see it for years, and I just watched it recently. I own it on Blu-ray, and I was watching it because I was going to Living Dead Weekend, and the cast was going to be there, almost a lot of the people from the cast. So I wanted to get more familiar with it. And I really dug that movie, man. It had that cool 50s, 60s thing in the beginning and, old school vibe and the whole zombie thing. This came up during our zombie movie discussion we had. And, Yeah, we'll go with that one. That was a pretty good one. It's got Tom Atkins. You can't go wrong with Tom Atkins.
So here's the thing. Your number 3 is my number 1.
Really?
Okay. Night of the Creeps is what I have as my number 1. Night of the Creeps is a fucking phenomenal film. Tom Atkins, over the top fucking acting in it is the absolute best.
Lorena says Tom Atkins is instant impregnation. Absolutely.
Yeah. Tom Atkins overacting in this film because he knows what kind of film he's in, and it is absolutely fantastic. The whole 1950s, 60s feel of style, but done in the 80s. No different than like the Blob remake, you know.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like it's little creatures like the movie Slither, and then they turn to zombies. It's like a fantastic creature feature zombie film with Tom fucking Atkins. It's my number 1.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's a great movie. BK says he's still celebrating his anniversary with the evil wife. Drinks and smoking sushi. Nice. I love sushi. You have a happy anniversary, my friend. And evil wives are the best, Lorena says. All righty then. Okay, so what do you got? What are you number
two? So yeah, my number 2. I'll go ahead and jump into my number 2. Number 2, and you knew this one would have to be in my top 5.
I thought this would be number 1.
Because it is my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Dennis Hopper, the more comedy aspect of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and TCM 2. It is absolutely my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wiki said I love the fucking theme park, going underground into the theme park. I love Dennis Hopper being jacked up on obviously cocaine at the time, just going bonkers with his chainsaws and cutting everything down, trying to bring the caves down, catacombs or whatever you want to call them. Like this movie is absolutely crazy, and yeah. I mean, I love the character Chop Top. He's constantly grinding into his head, played by Bill.
He does a thing, and he was like, which is his head.
Yeah, which is played by Bill Moseley. I mean, that movie it's my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You've heard me say this a numerous amount of times.
Ryan, my co-host who's playing hooky, he threw a list up there. He's got Aliens, which he always tells me is not a horror movie. This FYI, but Blue Velvet, I knew he'd have that. The Hitcher, Friday 6, which is his favorite Friday movie, if I'm not mistaken. The Fly, and Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Yeah. And I bumped Aliens off of my top 5 because I don't consider it horror. I consider it a science fiction action film.
Which he does too. But horror elements, So no, I absolutely love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like it has like the Friday 2 thing where you have Bob Elmore, who really played Leatherface in the whole movie, similar to Steve Dash.
Mm-hmm.
And Warrington Gillette always took credit for it. He's always signing pictures. Warrington Gillette did 2 scenes in the movie, and one of them's even disputed. He did the jump scare at the end, and he killed Crazy Ralph with the barbed wire, the wire around the neck. But some people say he didn't even do that. I've seen some people say he did do that. So who knows? One scene for sure, though. And in the same vein with Texas Chainsaw 2, Bill Johnson gets credit for being Leatherface, and he couldn't hold the chainsaw up.
Yeah.
So Bob was on there to do a stunt here, a stunt there, and he ended up getting acting pay and stunt pay because he did the whole movie. The only things that Bill Johnson did was the close-ups of Leatherface's face.
Yeah.
And so then Bill Johnson's going to all these cons and he's signing pictures of Bob Elmore. And well, Bob didn't like that too much. They had issues for a while. I think they made up before Bob's passing recently, which, speaking of Bob Elmore, I still have that, and it'll be given away on Texas Chainsaw Day, August 18th, I think it is. Yeah. A signed picture of Bob Elmore for anyone that orders a shirt from the page, and we've gotten like 20 people ordering shirts, and it's awesome, and I want to thank everybody that has ordered. And if you haven't ordered and you would like to do so, please do so. So number 2 then, right?
That's it.
I was going with Texas 2. But you already talked about that, so I'm gonna go with another one. What do we have? Shopping Mall. No, that's a good one. We're not gonna go there. We just on Witchboard, Friday 6. I will go with Poltergeist 2 that came out that year. This movie, Julian Beck, one of the most terrifying characters in all of movies. I mean, the dude was fantastic. If you watched my friend Jason Pitt's movie, Forest Through the Trees, he has a character named Julian in it that's inspired by Julian Beck's Kane character. And this guy's pretty terrifying too. He's not quite, I mean, who could be, right? But it's still pretty cool. And if you haven't had a chance to watch that, go ahead and check that out. It's on anywhere you're streaming movies, damn near. It's on Amazon. It's on Screamify. If you have that for $2.99 a month, you can watch it on there. Let's see. Charles Sherrod says Critters has long been debated as a sci-fi, not horror, but is more horror, as is always in the horror section at the video store.
Oh yeah, Critters is definitely a horror film. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, we had that with Red Crank. We had the what is horror thing that we did, and to me, anything could be a horror movie. If it scares you, it's a horror movie. If it's got blood and guts, it's a horror movie. Whatever. I don't like to limit things. Like I would argue that The Wizard of Oz is a horror movie. I can make that argument.
I mean, Return to Oz definitely is.
Definitely is a horror movie. Right? That might have come out this year in '86. Was it '86?
I didn't look, but I didn't come up under horror.
Or else we'd be talking about it more. But yeah, so I go with Poltergeist, and then you're going to have to throw out something else besides your number one.
You know what? Since my number one has already been talked about, and since Ryan put Aliens in his comments as a horror film when I admitted it from mine, I'm going to go with another one that is definitely not a horror film.
Okay.
But I'm going to add it in because, you know what? There is some monsters in it. There is some magic in it.
Horror elements, man. It's all you need.
Horror elements. And so I'm going to talk about a John Carpenter film, because what's a list without a John Carpenter list?
It showed up on the horror list, and I was like, "What? Why?"
Big Trouble, Little China.
It's on the horror list. I don't know why. Probably just because John Carpenter.
Yeah,
it's not a horror movie, but it's great.
It's got some monsters in it.
Yeah.
So since my number one's taken, I'm gonna omit a John Carpenter to number one for since we already talked about Night of the Creeps, because Big Trouble Little China, you got kung fu, you got magic, you got monsters, you've got Kurt Russell as Jack. Oh God, I lost his last name. He's just a fucking great fucking character. I mean, no different than how Bruce Campbell was with Ash. I think Kurt kind of just played that role so perfect and so comedic. Yeah.
Right on. Speaking of Ash, back to Ick. What I said when I left the theater is it's like the Blob remake mixed with Evil Dead. So you're gonna fucking love that movie.
Oh yeah, I'll love that. Yeah.
Let's see. Lorena says Texas 2. Yeah, we talked about that when I had that at number 2.
That was my number 2.
For a reason. I had to leave for a minute. Okay, and then Charles Sherrod says Aliens is action sci-fi, which is what Ryan always says.
Yeah.
So it's kind of curious that he put this as his number one movie. And she's officially here now. The Mad Doctor let her go early. Awesome. So for my number one, I prepared. I watched this movie 3 times. I had to put it at number 1 because we have to talk about it. Trick or Treat, 1986 Trick or Treat. And the reason we decided to do that was with the passing of Ozzy. Ozzy has a cameo in it. So we figured we'd tie that into it. We did our emergency, and you joined us for that. Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne tribute. We did that a couple days before on the day Ozzy passed, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Trick or Treat shirt. Got that going on. And this is an absolute fantastic movie. It ties all the anybody that's a metal fan is a horror fan. You're a horror fan, you're a metal fan. They go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly, if you will. The cast absolutely amazing. I mean, Mark Price, Skippy from Family Ties, Tony Fields as Sammy Kerr was fucking fantastic. He was a solid gold dancer, and he played one of the zombies in Thriller. He also did Beat It and Captain EO with Michael Jackson. So if you're good enough to dance with Mike, I mean, and that many times, you're probably pretty good at what you do. And then you had Doug Savant from Melrose Place as the protagonist. The news guest lady, she was Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Alice Nunn. There, I did write her name down. Gene Simmons as Nuke, the DJ, which, let's see, he was actually offered the role, allegedly, reportedly, of Sammy Kerr, but he turned it down, thank God, because he fits in the radio DJ part so well. And even in 1986, I think he was too old for Sammy Kerr. And so then you had also Blackie Lawless from Wasp. He was allegedly offered the role too and said he read the script and thought it sucked. So that's why he didn't do it. Glenn Morgan, who was the director of the Black Christmas remake in Willard. And this is
I love Willard.
The Willard remake?
Yeah, I love the Willard remake.
Yeah, he did that in the Black Christmas remake, which actually was a pretty decent remake because there was 2 Black Christmas remakes. This is the one that didn't suck.
Oh, yeah, there was one that was better than the other. This
is the one that had a couple of the actors come back from the original, and it was essentially the same story, and it was pretty decent. Kevin Yeager from Nightmare on Elm Street 2 did the special effects. And do I got anything else written down? No. But I was expecting those guys to have a lot more about this than me, and then we were going to go with that. But no, it's a fantastic movie. If you don't have it, the special edition 4K that Michael Felsher did, the box set is sold out, but you can get the single disc. And that was the thing with this movie is it wasn't available anywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't, and that's why I haven't watched it in so long. Like
that's what I was going to say. It's probably why you haven't seen it.
Yeah, because I always remembered enjoying this film, but like I said, when you asked me to come on and actually cover this film, I was like, I can't lie to people and review a film I've probably not watched in 15 years. Because every time I wanted to try to rewatch it, I couldn't find a print of it, because it was out of print for a while. I used to have it on DVD, but it was one of the DVDs that I had kind of let go when I was selling DVDs years ago. And but I always enjoyed this film. But the bad thing is, it's been so long. If I watched it now, it'd almost be like a fresh watch again because I just can't remember much about it other than Gene Simmons and Ozzy being in it.
And that's the way they marketed it on that DVD you have. Probably had them too, front and center on the cover.
Yeah, it did.
They wanted you to buy this movie and think that these guys were huge parts in it.
Yeah.
And Gene had a bigger part than Ozzy, but neither one of them were stars in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And they marketed it like that. And then if you could find a print of it, it was horrible quality. It was the VHS quality print, even on DVD. So, but they were able to get something together. Michael Felsher has been a passion project of his forever, and he redid it in 4K, and they got all kinds of cool commentaries on the documentary, all this cool backstage or behind the scenes thing. It's fucking phenomenal. Let's see, we're gonna go here. See, Letha McIntosh, she says Demons 2. We didn't talk about that one, but that's because I haven't seen the first one. Like,
I had Demons 2 down as an honorable mention.
Yeah. Let's see. Up here we got Big Trouble in Little China as one of her faves John Carpenter movies. That John Carpenter's the master, man.
No, I don't consider it a horror film either, but my number one was already took, and since Ryan did in the comments,
he broke the rules.
He broke the rules, so I was going to break it.
Sammy Lives. Excellent love for Trick or Treat. Absolutely. Charles Sherrod. Little Shop of Horrors. Its name, it is horror, and the original ending is old school sci-fi horror. I put it in my horror section. Oh, absolutely, it is. And I didn't have it up there, and I haven't seen it. So I mean, it just wasn't going to crack my top 5 anyway. I'd like to watch it again with my daughter. I tried to because I think it's something she would like, and then she got distracted and we didn't watch it. Let's see, Killer Party. Hardly ever see that mentioned. A prom-like ghost story about a vengeful spirit who attacks on dance night. sounds pretty cool. And then Megan just rewatched Trick or Treat last night because it'd been a while. And I have it off something, probably a 2 VCR copy, took it to a frat party and it freaked them out because metal music is satanic. Yeah, I mean, you guys are the one that satanic music.
You know, one of my honorable mentions, and I want to bring it up because I'm actually surprised nobody in the comments has mentioned it, and it was almost in my top 5. The Wraith was 1986.
Oh,
and
I know Charles Sherrod. He's a big fan of that movie.
Yeah, I love The Wraith, and it almost made my top 5. And even when I decided to just throw in a John Carpenter film after you mentioned my number 1, I almost threw The Wraith back in there. But yeah, The Wraith, Charlie Sheen. I mean, the badass car. It was kind of a horror science fiction Fast and the Furious a decade before the Fast and Furious. Yeah, I don't remember who directed it, but Clint Howard was in it.
Story, right?
Because Clint Howard's in everything.
It's a Stephen King story, right?
The Wraith? Not that I know of. I don't remember The Wraith ever being a Stephen King story.
It says, good one. Haven't seen The Wraith in years and years. That's Charlie Sheen. It is, yeah.
Yep, Charlie Sheen.
Right on. Yeah, I know Charles covered that on his show on The Dive, which will be starting in about 5 minutes. For those of you that might want to go over there and check that out tonight, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's doing Jaws. He kept posting we had group text going, and he kept posting Jaws things. So maybe he's doing Jaws. I don't know. But speaking of Jaws, that's going to be in theaters in the next week or two, couple weeks in 3D.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Jaws in 3D?
Seen Part 3 in 3D.
Fantastic movie. I don't care what nobody says.
I love Part 3.
I do too. I absolutely love it. So it's me, you, and Kevin Ellis. And,
I love Part 3 because I mean the whole SeaWorld thing. I love that.
It's great. Yeah. The only thing that sucks is that one, and it's the most 3D part where the shark isn't moving at all, and he's coming towards the screen. Like he's not like moving. He's just like a solid state. Like, but who cares? Minor complaint. I mean, they're walking through the underground tunnels, and the shark's coming in. He's gonna break the thing, and dude, Jaws 3D. But no, they did a version of the original movie, the classic movie, in 3D in IMAX. And I went and seen it last year and the year before. And I ran outside to use the bathroom or something. As I'm coming back in, it's the scene where they go down and that ship that's wrecked, that's on the bottom of the ocean where the head comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking through and I got my glasses on, but I forget that I'm in a 3D movie. And the bow of the boat or whatever is there, and I like duck because it like almost hit me. It's great. No, it's fantastic. It's an experience, man. And Letha McIntosh says my favorite Stephen King movie is Maximum Overdrive,
and that was an honorable mention in my list too. Was Maximum Overdrive, and what's funny about that, I could turn my camera around. But what's on in the background? I have the volume turned off, but I'm playing Maximum Overdrive.
I mean, dude, you got the Green Goblin on the front of a truck. I mean, that's just, and that thing, the guy, some guy found that and restored it, and it goes to different conventions, and the Redhead 2. It's actually going to be in that movie with my friends Jonna Hodge and Sam Hodge. They did Redhead, the first movie. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. It's awesome, gore fest. And that the Maximum Overdrive Green Goblin's actually in the movie. I don't know what the fuck it's doing in the movie, but it's there. So that'd be fun. But nevertheless, we've been going about an hour. JP has to get out of here to do his show on Cine Nerds on YouTube. It's a taped show, but he'll be over there in the comments live and if you will.
Yeah, we'll be in the live chat here at 8 o'clock. We're doing Fantastic Four review, me and Ryan Newhouse. So hop on over there.
I have seen Fantastic Four. I will pop in for a minute. I got to go do my laundry thing, but I'll have it on my phone, so I'll be able to check you out there. But thank you so much for bailing our asses out tonight.
Anytime.
And I hope everybody in the comments enjoyed the little curveball we had to throw at you. And we did talk a little Trick or Treat, so it was there. Not a full review of it. I will give my grade at Trick or Treat. I will give it a B-. B- is what I'll give it. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a perfect movie to pop some popcorn, sit, watch. Soundtrack with Fastway is fucking amazing. That is also in that special edition, by the way. They give you a CD of the soundtrack. great shit. I don't know why they chose to just go with that band and not like a bunch of different bands, but I'm glad they did. But nevertheless, we are going to get me out of here, and I'm going to go to JP's live, and I will see you guys next week.
Later, guys.